One of the things I wanted to talk about in more detail was how to use R Markdown to produce multiple output types, which is one of the most incredible features of the R Markdown language. To easily produce multiple output types from one R Markdown document, you simply need to include the multiple desired output types in your YAML header, and then choose the desired output with a click of the down arrow next to the knit button. Some of the most common document output types include the PDF document, which is excellent for distributing static, which means unchanging documents, the HTML document, which is excellent for sharing interactive files that may allow the user to make certain choices to dynamically change the output shown in the document. This can be viewed in a web browser, which is also nice because pretty much everyone has a web browser on their computer. A perhaps better version of the HTML document is the HTML notebook. This is a kind of HTML document, but there's going to be a code button in the upper right-hand corner of the file that allows the user to download the actual code that was used to generate the file. So this is great to share it with collaborators. One thing you need to remember, though, when making HTML notebooks is that in order for all of the code output to be shown in the document, you have to run all the code in the file. So make sure you click Control or Command plus Alt plus R to run all code in the file prior to knitting the document. Another common output type is the Word document. So if for some reason you need Microsoft Word editing capabilities, you can actually use that as one of the outputs of your R Markdown document. So consider the following code added to the YAML header. By including this code in your YAML header, you could produce a PDF document, an HTML notebook, an HTML document, or a Word document simply by clicking the down arrow next to the knit button. This graphic right here gives you an example of what I'm talking about, but we can actually do that in RStudio right now. So in this file, I have two different output types, an HTML Notebook 2 or HTML Document 2 from the Bookdown package. These are like the counterparts provided by default from the R Markdown package, but they have been enhanced a bit so that you can include cross-references and things of that nature in the notebook itself. So if I click the down arrow next to the knit button here, I can see that I can either knit to HTML Notebook 2 or HTML Document 2. And I can change my choice right here to get one output or the other. By default, if I click the knit button, it's going to automatically generate the first output type in this document. But if there are other document types I want to have access to, then I'm going to click the down arrow and choose them instead. If I click this right now, we see that it's compiling the HTML document, and it shows the HTML document. There are many additional document formats that you can create using R Markdown that are available by default through the R Markdown package. You can create context documents, GitHub documents, LaTeX documents, Markdown documents, ODT documents, and rich text format documents. These are all things that you can generate by default using the R Markdown package. The R Markdown package also provides several presentation outputs. So that includes Beamer presentations, IO Slides presentations, PowerPoint presentations, and Slidey presentations. I don't want to talk about presentations in great detail, but to get a start, usually a single hashtag can be used to start a new slide with a title. You can use triple stars to start a new slide without a title. If you want a second level header, then you have to use double hashtags. And then otherwise, you add text, graphics, or math equations, just like you would any other R Markdown document. Simply click the knit button and the appropriate output type will be produced. I've already mentioned this to some extent, but if you want to automatically link cross-references in your documents, like figures, tables, equations, sections, etc., then you're probably not going to be able to use the basic formats provided by the R Markdown package. Instead, you have to use certain output types available through the Bookdown package. So some of the ones I want to mention are PDF document 2, HTML document 2, HTML notebook 2, and Word document 2. With any of these types, you can use them like their standard R Markdown counterparts, but these output types provided by the Bookdown package provide you with cross-referencing capabilities. There are many additional kinds of outputs that you can produce with R Markdown using various extension packages. So you can produce Shiny apps using the Shiny package, and Shiny apps are basically web apps which you create using R Markdown documents. You can actually render websites from the R Markdown package using the render_site function. You can create various books using the Bookdown package. You can create blogs using the Blogdown package. You can create dashboards using the Flex Dashboard package, and then various HTML widgets with various additional packages. One thing I did want to point out in closing was the difference between an HTML document and an HTML notebook. So you can actually download an HTML notebook if you run this file in your R console. It will download it automatically from my GitHub website. I'm not going to do that here because we're literally looking at the HTML notebook here. And I'm going to compare that with a standard HTML document. So if I go back to RStudio, I already created a standard HTML document right here. So if I open this in my web browser, it looks great. It's wonderful, but it's just this document. If I go to the HTML notebook, which is this file right here, it's going to look pretty much exactly the same with one important difference. If I click this code button in the upper right-hand corner, I can show all code, I can hide all code. Now it's gone. Now I can show it again. But most importantly, I can literally download the RMD file, the R Markdown file I used to create this document. So if you share this with a collaborator, they can see your analysis or output in a nicely displayed format, but they can also download that code themselves to reproduce your results and also make any edits that they want to make.